Happy New Year! When I was a kid, my grandpa used to tell me that you can still say Happy New Year to people as long as you haven't seen them in January, and that it was still January. So if you're watching this in January, Happy New Year. If you're not watching this in January, forget I said anything. In today's video, I'm going to tell you how I got from 0 to 23 kilos of harvest from my container garden last year. Hi, I'm Robin. Welcome to Robin's Container Garden. Last year, I increased the number of containers that I grew, that I was growing in, by about 15-fold. And it's quite a small space to grow in containers, but I decided that I was going to increase that number because I tried container gardening the year before and I only had about 5. Last year I had about 60. So so the result ended up that I actually grew stuff that I had either never grown before, like the potatoes and the corn, or things that I haven't grown in years, like beetroot and tomatoes and carrots and things like that. So what I thought I'd do is talk to you about how I actually accomplished that in this small growing space. I started off with a plan. I knew where I wanted everything to go, and I had a list of the seeds that I had or that I'd ordered, and I knew where I wanted to plant them. The west side of my house has the longest daylight in the spring and the summer, and the north side is cooler, although it does get sun. Then it was time to sow the seeds. I started the peppers early, and then the tomatoes, and then when the frost date passed, I planted seeds out and then began planting out the seedlings. Containers need more fertilization than the stuff that you have in the ground. The way that containers work is that all of the soil that your plant uses is in that container. So as you water it and as it rains, the nutrition that's already in the compost washes away. So you have to feed them. So I made sure that the containers that I was using had plenty of feed and lots of water, especially during the hot summer that we had. Containers also don't need much weeding, so that helped as well. I also made sure that the plants that needed pollination had it, even if I had to do it manually. I tried to keep as many flowers as possible around, and I'm actually going to have to do more this year. Then when it came to harvest time, I windowsill ripened, I banana in a box ripened. I used every piece of food that I was able to harvest out of the garden, and even made green tomato chutney. With the stuff that wouldn't ripen. I had canned tomatoes that actually lasted us until last month, and we still have some green tomato chutney, which is great. In all, lots of TLC, lots of attention, and sheer determination actually made it that we had 23 kilos of vegetables from our garden last year. And I didn't weigh any of the greens, and I didn't weigh any of the onions or garlic because they were failures. If I hadn't kept up with the weight of all of the stuff that we'd harvested last year, I wouldn't know that I had so much. I didn't realize how much that I had. If you have a scale that you can keep next to where you put your harvest when you bring it in, or if you can put a scale next to where possibly your garden journal is, it's a really good way of being able to keep up with how much that you're actually harvesting. Benefits of all this? Well, no food miles for a start. And I also was able to enjoy some of the freshest, tastiest food that I've ever had. And on top of that, I grew things that you couldn't find in the supermarkets. So all of that work that I put in last year, I literally enjoyed the fruits of my labor, and we were able to feed ourselves, and the food lasted well into December. And like I said, we still have chutney, so that's not a bad thing. You don't need a big allotment. You don't need raised beds. You don't even need a lot of ground space. If you've got space to put containers, then that's all you need. Most of my harvest came from everything that I had in my containers. Containers are modular, and that means that you can move them around if they need more sun or less sun, blocking the wind, or whatever it is that they need. You can do that with containers that you can't do if it's planted in the ground. So where does that leave me for this year? Well, this year's videos are going to be mainly concentrating on containers. Although I'm still going to have a few things planted in the ground. It's not going to be very much. More than 90% of what I'm growing this year is going to be in containers. I'm also going to have a few special guests that are going to be joining me. So I really hope you're going to join me, and we're going to have a lot of fun in the garden. It's been a year since I started this channel. I can't believe it's been a whole year. And as I've said to you 38 times before, until next time, you guys stay safe, take care, bye y'all. Until next time, take care, stay safe, bye y'all. Until next time, take care, stay safe, bye y'all. And until next time, take care, stay safe, bye y'all. Take care, stay safe. Oh, and if you want to see the video that I made about containers, just about containers, have a look at this one up here. Bye y'all.